Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Black Opinions Matter, motherfucker. My name is Amin Elhassan. I'm joined, as always, by John Jervay, by Travonne Edwards, by Jason Madison, Juju Gotti. ChaseNCashe will be joining us in a little bit. Pay no attention to my screen if you are on YouTube listening to this and watching this. If you're listening to this, don't worry about it. You don't even need to know what happened. We got a great show for you guys today. We're going to talk about what's the nastiest shit you be eating, because Jerv ate peanut butter and jelly and cheese sandwiches, and we have to take him to task over that. Also, we do a recap, an exhaustive recap of the pop-out concert on Juneteenth with Kendrick Lamar that was on Amazon Prime. Some behind-the-scenes info from some of the cats here. Also, Michael Jordan's depoy was fabricated. Completely false. We're going to make some Jordan fans real angry on the pod. It's going to be a lot of people screaming and shit. But first, I got to tell everybody, we got our live show, New York City, July 20th at the Racket. Get your tickets now. Tickets are available AXS.com. Search Count the Dings. That's AXS.com. And in the search bar, search Count the Dings. We're right there. The guest list is phenomenal. We're going to be releasing that shortly. It's going to be everything that you love from the Count the Dings network, whether it's Bomm, whether it's Cinephobe, whether it's Woke Bros, whatever you got, whatever you want. What's the mailbag? There you go. OG podcast. Like I said, the guest list is beyond reproach. Make sure you're tapped in. If you are Patreon, 25% off all tickets, VIP or general admission, doesn't matter. If you're wondering, oh, wait, how do I get 25%? Patreon.com/countthedings. Sign up there. Not only do you get that discount, but you also get exclusive access to Patreon-only episodes, to our Rewatchingtons, to our Discord channel, to the extended version of the OG podcast, and to much, much more. So patreon.com/countthedings to be a Patreon, and AXS.com. Search Count the Dings in order to get tickets to that live show, July 20th, the Racket, New York City. Don't miss out. All right, let's get it started. This nigga Trey can't like regular donuts. He likes some fancy donuts.
If we did a How Close Are You, for most of us, a lot of us wouldn't know that much about each other, despite us talking to each other every day. There's some fun fact that niggas do not know. Jerv, there is some fun fact that niggas do not know.
Thought we were friends, brother.
We are, but there's a layer to that shit, bro. Like, you ain't gonna know every single thing, bro. There's some cool fun fact that niggas possess that you would not know that a nigga do.
I got a great example of this. For example, fun fact, I just learned 5 minutes ago that Trey's handing out $75,000 bags and $50,000 bags all around. I wish you had never said that number, man. I wish you just said, yeah, man. I mean, like throwing it some of these guys got these guys for this campaign or whatever. I had no idea the economics you were working with here.
Oh yeah. But I've
not
been
gonna lie,
telling,
my self-esteem took a dip since.
No, but I've been
a dip.
I was like, shit.
But I've been telling
get
the
my shit
nigga that's
together.
above me. I don't know, that's the Hollywood Square. Okay, Jason, and I told you to start using certain apps, and I get it. Jason had a good run. He was on one for a minute. I bought it. The nigga, the nigga was on a good run, bro. The nigga was doing a TikTok a day. He was on a run. He was on a run, and then I didn't say nothing. I just fell off. I've been telling niggas. I told niggas to use threads. Listen.
Okay, here we go. I'm threading right now. I'm
threading right now. I'm gonna do what you told me. I'm gonna do what you told me as soon as we get off this pod, bro. Don't even trip, yo. Done deal.
House to the East Bay Dunk.
Recording Bomm as we speak. I love this.
You know what I'm saying? No, but I be telling niggas, and niggas just be like, "Yep." And I will give this. I said this other day on Threads. I say I give the utmost respect to creators, right? Because it is hard to do that shit every single day. That shit is a commitment. And I'll be like, I get why the fuck y'all get paid this shit. Because for one, everybody got a cool idea. Jason could come up with a dope ass idea every fucking day. But the idea of shooting it perfect, that shit ain't for the faint heart. Like, that shit probably take 3-4 hours of your day. And it might not even hit.
And it might not hit.
It might not hit. You gotta.
That's the hard part.
Like, that's the hard part.
Because I be threatening and nobody gives a shit about anything I thought about. Like, nobody gives a shit.
Well, to be fair, virality doesn't exist yet until after the Bossa Nova. But yeah, man, like, again, I'm saying it. For all our listeners, for the panel, create shit. There's a lot of money out here to be made, but it starts with consistency. And consistency is hard. Nigga, that shit is hard. In anything we do, in all aspects. A nigga can say, oh, I ain't fucking with sugar. That's my shit. I'll be like, okay, you know what? I'm on some gut health shit. I'm gonna stop sugar and bread. Nigga, you know what I had? Motherfucking donut. Cause I just
Both.
It's hard. It's hard.
What's your favorite
nigga.
donut, Trey?
Right
you
now,
don't strike me as a
right
He
now,
said
it's a mochi donut right now, bro, from Winston Bakery. That motherfucker crazy, and they got a red rice donut too. That's OD.
Oh, what? See, this is my bad. I thought we was gonna get normal answers like fucking strawberry, blueberry, glazed, chocolate. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
I ain't fucking with no pink box shit. Nah.
What the fuck is a pink box shit?
Well,
Hold on, some pink boxes is cool.
When you go, no, I'm not mad at it, but again, you know, I live right by a Dunkin', nigga. I ain't stepped foot in there.
Smith.
Yo, hold on. Yo, that was perfect. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, Jason's on the road. But yes, I don't even step foot in Dunkin' like that, bro. Like,
there's other places to sell them regular donuts,
I'm not knocking
bro.
it, but I like gourmet donuts.
You don't fuck with Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kreme fire. Always.
Come on now.
Yes.
Always.
Go buy
Krispy
Krispy Kreme
to come home.
Buy Krispy Kreme with McDonald's. There you go.
I fuck with the apple fritters. I feel like I was late to the apple fritter game.
I was an apple fritter nigga young.
See, that's what I'm saying. Young, I was a glazed twist, and then maybe a chocolate sprinkle. You feel me? That was my pack. That was my 2-pack.
My uncle probably was the nastiest nigga though, right? This nigga, I don't know. He probably was the first nigga that had munchies, and that was around and didn't notice. Right. The nigga would go. We had donut trucks in LA. I don't know if y'all got that in Philly. Y'all got donut trucks in New York? I mean,
donut trucks. Yeah, but they do like breakfast, all type of breakfast shit, right?
So
yeah, I mean we got trucks, but I don't know.
But in LA, we had like a plain white van with the visibility, you know, just like an ice cream truck. But they serve donuts, right? And my uncle would be like, "Hey, nigga, go stop the fucking truck." I'm like, "All right, cool. What you want?" He like, "I want a cinnamon roll." I still remember this shit to the day. 75 cents. The nigga put the cinnamon roll in the fucking microwave for 20 seconds. Slice that motherfucker in half and make it like it's a fucking top and bottom of a bread. And he gets a fucking slice of cheese, my nigga. And I was like, what? And he would fuck that shit up. And I was so confused. But there is, Jerv, why you frown? You have to understand the sensories of your sweet, savory palate of like weird mixes. I just never understood it because I don't want cheese with sweet anything.
I used to put cheese on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches back in the day when I was a young boy, actually. And since someone else,
that's how you became Big Jerv, nigga.
yeah, nigga. I'm cheese all day, my nigga. Like,
cheese on PB&J is crazy, by the way. That's some other shit.
Well, it was a little run. It was only like maybe like a month and a half run.
But how did you even get to that?
I fucked with cheese. I just fucked with cheese, dog. And then my mom put peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I said, "Yo, put a piece of cheese on it," and it was rocking. It was rocking.
Oh yeah, cheese.
So when did you like stop and was like, "Nah, this shit ain't even good," you know? Like
Sesame Place. Sesame Place circa that would have been 89, 88, 89, something like that. My mom made she made the peanut butter and jelly sandwich for me, put the cheese on it without me even asking for it, because at this point I'm in a little rhythm with it. I took a bite, and I don't think we had a cooler, because you don't really need a cooler for PB&J sandwiches, but if you put cheese on it, you need a motherfucking cooler. And then nah, my nigga, it was night. I'm good. I ain't fucking with that shit ever again.
Shout out to it not being cool and getting you back to reality, nigga, because that shit sound terrible. Listeners, if y'all eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with cheese, please chime in. Because I don't know how that's...
Maybe like a grilled cheese. That's the only way I can imagine. If it's grilled cheese and then you throw some peanut butter jelly,
Oh,
still.
But
Bomm.
no,
Abort.
no,
Abort.
Juju, no.
Abort. But hey, Juju. But what I will say is, bro, if you grill a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, my nigga.
See, now I'm back.
I mean, but that's just normality. Like you didn't like add no freaky ass thing to it.
Oh no. I
Any-
wasn't saying I did. I'm just
Anybody else
you
got
know.
something freaky like that?
Kendall Gill.
Yo, for our listeners who probably wasn't paying attention and didn't understand, Jason will be sharing random NBA stars throughout the show.
From the 90s.
From the 90s.
From the 90s.
From the
From the
90s.
90s to be
Yeah.
exact.
I put Louisiana hot sauce on everything.
Oh yeah,
Chips.
that was my shit.
Hold on. Now
Always.
define everything, because Louisiana hot sauce, I find to be the perfect hot sauce. The
Right.
perfect hot sauce.
Yes,
It's
it's
not
a
too
good amount.
hot, but it's got some
Right.
kick and it's got
Juju,
the flavor.
Are you like me
Yeah.
that when you say everything, you literally mean everything? Because I went through a phase from like 9 to maybe like 15 where everything meant everything. Like
Yeah, it's damn
pizza,
near.
broccoli, rice,
Okay.
of course chicken, but like literally any food that wasn't like
Peanut butter and
I had-
jelly?
Nah.
anything that wasn't like that. If it was a
You know,
pot
Jer-
pie or
Jervay.
Cinnamon roll or no honey
Yeah.
buns and shit.
no, nothing like that. But like anything that was like a hot food
A
or
savory
Right.
food.
or just a hot food, just like
Right.
it's my dinner. It's on my dinner plate. My mom would feed me dinner, and it would be like chicken, rice, and broccoli, and I'm doing around the
Everything.
world.
Macaroni.
without-
Right.
on the hot
Everything.
sauce.
You did the
Yeah,
breakfast sausages, potato chip, hot. No matter what the flavor chips is, hot sauce on.
So
them.
hot
No matter
sauce
what.
on Lay's.
Yeah,
For
fire.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I ain't had that in a minute though. I ain't
No,
had
but
that
I'm
in a
t-
minute.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jerv.
I do the syrup. You know, syrup sandwiches, syrup on
Oh, yeah.
biscuits. You know, syrup and
Yeah, with the
grits.
hot sauce.
Yeah, syrup and grits. You know, like a Southern country shit. You know what I mean? But we definitely
Syrup
do
on
hot
grits
sauce
might be a
is definitely
stretch.
going on everything, but we do syrup kind of like the same way. Syrup doesn't only go on waffles and pancakes.
Yeah.
What's
I'm
the
gonna say
wildest
this.
shit you put syrup on?
That hoe from 2020. I just
I'm
back around pandemic jokes. That's all.
gonna say bacon. I'm gonna say bacon. I used to put syrup on the bacon. That shit hit.
Oh, I always
Oh,
put
that
syrup
shit
on
go
bacon.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
normal.
That's
That's
no doubt about it.
That's
Yeah,
regular.
that's
I ain't know that was regular. I'm a
That's
compliment.
regular.
That was regular.
That's regular.
I'm
Go ahead, Amin.
sopping it up. I'm sopping it up.
Bruh, the bologna sandwich ain't shit without the Louisiana hot sauce. You could put the
There you go.
bologna,
I can't.
fry the
I
bologna.
can't do that. My stomach ain't built for that one. Juju.
I'm gonna say this.
I think it
like,
is. Ask yourself.
Jerv was talking about you hate niggas that put on the chips. I can't have a plain Lay's potato chip no more. I gotta
Right.
put some shit on it. Else, it tastes like shit, man. It's just like
It just
fucking
be salt.
cardboard.
It's mad salt.
I'm gonna tell you what I was actually doing last night. I fuck with Reese's all of a sudden. Like I just got a new fetish for Reese's like peanut butter cups. I never liked them like that when I was younger.
Fetish is wild.
Would you say you're a fan
It's wild.
of
freak.
Reese's?
Come on, freak
But-
bull.
But I mixed the plain Lay's with the Reese's, the chocolate and the salt. It's like it's like a salted. I was pretty.
Well,
high.
you know they sell that, right? Like you don't even have to mix that. Like they actually sell that.
They sell what? Lay's and Reese's peanut butter?
Yeah. So yeah, they have Reese's has.
Nigga, where?
See, niggas,
Right.
I'm freaky.
I'll go to
It's a whole-
like
it's a
baby
conglomerate
D.
behind it.
Nigga like Baby D.
Hey, this
I've
nigga-
never had
this
it.
nigga got all the unreleased snacks.
I know. I never had it. No, this nigga they shipping out for like Reese's. Y'all Reese's like fucking 5-6 years ago. They have like everything is mixed with chocolate now, my nigga. Like it's at the corner stores.
Nigga got release dates and everything.
I don't eat candy like that.
March 2017.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. My candy house run was pretty wild. I remember.
You wasn't
Hey.
getting normal candy though.
No.
dog. You was.
Hear me out. What? Come on. This nigga
He was getting
swear
this
out.
nigga extravagant candy. He do
This
have no
nigga swear.
extravagant.
No,
Tyson
nigga.
Chandler motherfuckers.
No, nigga, I would go get a dill pickle pause and this nigga childish. Cut the top, right?
Dumb Negro.
Stick a finger in there, right? And then get Kool-Aid, right? Grape Kool-Aid and pour it in there. and eat the dill pickle like that, pause. Or I'll get a peppermint stick, break the peppermint stick and put it in the dill pickle and eat it like that, pause.
Yeah, you so wild boy.
Niggas in New Orleans eat Kool-Aid pickles, so I ain't gonna frown. I don't, but I had homies who.
I don't know if my stomach could handle that shit now, bro. At this age,
niggas used to put the pickle in the snowball. You feel me? So,
what are you talking about?
I know it sounds crazy, but no, it's real shit.
Crazy. It is
because Candy House niggas was selling motherfucking chili cheese, flaming hot chips. That shit wasn't supposed to work, but it did.
Yeah, that shit did. It worked.
Jason, what you was gonna say? Sorry for cutting you off.
No, I was gonna say Terrell Brandon.
Portland legend and Portland legend and well-known PI. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna finish the other letters.
And he had an underrated
PI.
Mm-hmm. We've been on that one. That one was.
That's all I'm gonna say. Like that. That nigga had a up and a.
Y'all niggas wild.
Bro, you know why we ain't do no WNBA random ass? Why we ain't do no WNBA fantasy league? Now, what that say about us? Now, inclusivity. That was random. Keep going. My bad.
I just realized this nigga got all Celtics jerseys.
Oh yeah, no, he went hard. He got
Is that
the
whole starting five?
He got one shootout at the bottom left. He missed.
Right.
No, where's Horford?
Yeah, I still gotta keep Mota and Renee Montgomery.
Let me say right now, man. Y'all need to know this shit. So we're at Game 5, the clinching game in Boston. So niggas went from downstairs. We're in the tunnel right behind where the trophy gonna come out onto the floor. We're down there maybe 4 minutes ago. So we just waited. A shit ton of people waiting to make that move or whatever. It's me, Juju, and Charlotte, and a couple other people. And periodically, this nigga Juju be going, ah! And I'm like, what happened, man? He's like, I can't believe this is happening. I was like, oh yeah, this nigga's a Celtic fan. I keep forgetting. I'm just waiting. This nigga just ah! He's just yelling like fucking Lex Steele and shit, man.
Bro, I couldn't hold that shit in, bro. I'm sitting there trying to keep a straight face around Marcus Spears and the fucking uppity of the world. I'm just like,
nah, don't do that. Don't my nigga Spears like that. My nigga Spears.
I'm just saying, not the uppity, the professionals of the world. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Is media still still uptight, or the rules changing a little bit?
Well, I'm
because if Juju doing that, I know niggas was like,
no, because here's the thing.
Or is it a little bit more loose now?
Because here's the thing. It's people that we know and it's people we don't know. The people that we know, it's Ramona Shelburne, it's Mark Spears, it's
Rachel Nichols,
Cassidy, everybody,
Malika
cool.
Andrew now,
yeah. But then there's the people we don't know who are the local TV people. People coming in with a suit and tie from I don't know, Radio Australia or whatever. Mm-hmm. Them motherfuckers we don't know. And so some of them, they would turn around and be like, what is this Negro screaming about? And Juju would be like, I'm sorry, a nigga's just emotional. Right,
I'd be like, you just keep it real with folks, bro. You gotta explain yourself. I'm so sorry, man. I'm just a Celtics fan. Don't mind me. She'll be like, oh, it's all good. Yeah. Ain't nobody hating. Everybody understand. I could not believe, brother and sisters, it's such a blessing to be able to be in that situation. I don't overlook that at any step of the way. I'm a nigga I'm a broke ass nigga from the fronters. So being in there with a suit and tie and just experiencing this, it's bro, I was trying to keep it composed as much as I could, but this is amazing type shit. I could have died that night and been all right with it. You feel me? Salute.
The nigga did the fucking snow angel.
I seen it. Listen. I was really happy. I was genuinely happy. I normally be like, look at this nigga. I was like, that's tight. I was like, that's tight. But the reason why I brought that up, Juju, was because when I was on the Suns beat, and it was mad OGs in that motherfucker. I remember Amin teased me because I really used to show up in suits.
Nigga was going with a suit.
Suits. Because I still was trying to trying to fit in. I wasn't trying to step on toes. I was really trying to be respected in the media space. And I remember Ja dunked on Aaron Baines his rookie year.
Yeah.
And I was like, like that, right? And niggas was like, nah. And I was like, damn, because I was, I'm like, damn, bro, he dunked on that nigga so hard. I wanted to be like, God damn, like
Right.
niggas was on that beat, like nothing happened. And that's when we were just getting used to Ja just catching bodies. So like he dunked that nigga so hard, that shit was like the whole crowd was like,
I remember that
like,
shit. Yeah.
Right.
I was like, damn, bro. I wanted to let the emotion out. I was about to say, hell, he dunked on that nigga. I was just like,
PJ Brown. PJ Brown.
shout out to PJ Brown.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but I'm glad that it's a little bit more relaxed and not like on that shit, because that shit was weird. Like it was one of those things, because I was like, but I also understand a non-bias to like even for you to have a team. I'm obviously been a Bulls fan my whole life, but like I had to stop low key talking about the Bulls to be like, so motherfuckers be like, oh, he only saying that because nigga he a Bulls fan. It's like,
I'm gonna tell you that's the whack shit is, and we're gonna talk about the Bulls in a second. We're gonna talk about the Bulls in a second. We'll get into the bottom of that shit. But like that's the whack shit about wherever the media is right now. Is like anything you say, niggas are gonna try and pull a thread all the way back. Oh, that's why he said it because of this. So if you say some shit about this, oh, it's because that nigga. Da, da, da. That's the corny part, as opposed to just enjoying what the shit is, but also being able to do my job, whatever. I do want, because Chase is here, I do want to talk about the pop out, because that shit was, as I was experiencing it, was fucking hilarious. Chase, just as a background, I'm in New York, I'm in my hotel room, I'm on my phone, I'm seeing these niggas, Jason and Jerv. How about this concert? Oh shit. Oh, this nigga came out. Oh, that shit's crazy. I'm like, are y'all niggas at the same concert? But I'm like, maybe. I don't know. I had no idea, bro. I'm like, I'm off Twitter. I don't know shit. So I go to a bar to go meet up with someone. When I walk in the bar, we sit there watching the Yankee game is on here, this game over here, and I look over there. I'm like, is that Amazon Prime? Why they got Amazon Prime on in a bar? And I'm looking, I'm like,
niggas on a bar? That's dark.
That's
dog.
crazy.
I'm saying
That's crazy.
It was all in the bar. And the reason why I was looking at it was because I'm staring. I'm like, it looks like a concert. I don't know what it is. And then I heard, because it was when Not Like Us was playing. And I heard the wah, 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 wah. I'm like, I don't know what that shit is over there. I was like, so I'm staring at it. I'm like, oh, this is why them niggas is all talking about this shit like they're all in the same place. Because y'all all watching this shit. And so how long had this shit been playing? Like was this shit, y'all knew this shit for months or?
Oh, you talking about
it was,
no. Oh, you talking about like how it was promoted? It was promoted like 2 weeks ago.
It happened pretty fast. But I think the reason why it happened so efficiently is because of the relationship of, the company that Tim has and the relationship.
Shout out to Tim. Free lunch.
With Kendrick, and that was a big moment for LA, just beyond, the Kendrick element and bringing the coast back into unity. LA was really going through kind of a drought. As far as like people necessarily giving them the just due to pay attention to their music. You had New York come back with the sexy drill sound, and then you had Atlanta pretty much running things. And, you had your stars from LA and your people that were like kind of like the veterans, but you really didn't have like a new fresh energy that people could really fuck with. And I think this, on an overall perspective, especially it being Juneteenth, because let's not forget that the previous Juneteenth Tim did some legendary shit in Leimert Park where they had everybody out in the streets and motherfuckers on top of the building. So I think that Juneteenth is also becoming a thing in LA that we can look forward to, where it could be like this moment for blackness on a large scale, as far as like making sure we can have like concerts and performances and shit like that. So other than Kendrick doing what he did, pouring extra dirt on the coffin, I think that LA really, really got a resurgence as far as like energy and people being able to pay attention to what's going on out there.
Yeah, I think I was just putting up this Marcus Garvey Juneteenth awards.
I swear to God,
that is hard.
One of the 1995 All NBA teams.
Right. I thought you were talking about a nigga in the NBA named Marcus.
Right. No, I mean Rod Strickland also.
There you go.
The Rod Strickland.
But yeah, I went to Marcus Garvey. This is from, I think, either does it say the date? Oh yeah, Thursday, June 17th, 1993 is when this is from. So this is a thing too that kind of like,
that's crazy,
interested me about, I guess, Juneteenth has become a federal holiday and that's why it's more popular now. But, I've seen or even heard a lot of people talking about like, oh, black people just started celebrating Juneteenth or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, niggas have been celebrating Juneteenth in LA since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And it was never like this. I think the energy, because it's a federal holiday, niggas get the day off and all of that, like, has obviously changed around it. But yeah, I think maybe 4 years ago, the homie Sev actually threw the first event in Leimert Park.
Yep.
That was really popping. He wanted to give Dom an award. Actually, I think he ended up giving it to him.
Pray for the Hood.
Yeah, Pray for the Hood. And it was because Dom had the award in his office or whatever. But I felt like he could have, and it's funny that he ended up doing the show, but I felt like he could have been, you know, kind of spearheading it because niggas represent Leimert Park. But it was great that every part of the city was represented in the show. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love. Like, it is bigger than Leimert. Like, Leimert still had their event on Juneteenth, and that was still popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, still popping like last year. You know, they had Black on the Block. Like, there was a bunch of Juneteenth activations in LA. But for Kendrick to do that and have, obviously, that everybody commented on Bloods and Crips and, you know, niggas from all different sets, but niggas from all different parts of the city, you know, like different types of niggas. You got your Steve Lacy's and your Tylers and all of that mixed with Rimble and Ray Vaughn and, like, you know, the Cuzzos, like, you having all different, you know, energies. And then, but at the same time, it's like also constantly escalating, right? It's like you got your young people who's like getting this new energy, but then as we're moving through the afternoon, it's Ty Dolla $ign, Blast, you know, you get into the platinum acts and, you know, YG, and then it's like, damn, LA really has had an impact on hip hop, a strong impact over the last decade plus, you know, but like Chase said, it just hasn't been coalesced into one thought and one idea so people can be like, huh, them niggas is actually kind of tight together.
That shit was important, man, because people, you know, and like when we grew up, I grew up in New Orleans, you know, my first love was West Coast music, other than, you know, the music where I'm from. You know what I mean? I grew up on Snoop and Dre, and it's like I felt like for a minute it was kind of like people was kind of like shunning West Coast music, and I think, like you said, now that they've seen that lineage, they even had OGeezy out in that motherfucker.
Right. No, it was a lot.
Everybody, dog.
Right.
Everybody. So I love that Kendrick did that. You know what I mean? And then obviously the ending was amazing. The representation of Crump with Tommy the Clown, like that was a beautiful black moment.
The Tommy the Clown shit. The Tommy the Clown shit was so important and impactful. And I was kind of happy that, like, I saw some like weird people saying like, who the fuck is this? Because it's like, yeah, you actually don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going on right now. This is some real LA shit that we never told y'all about. You feel me? Like, now you understanding, like, this has been a part of our life. Like, this person is a legend in our culture. But even on top of that, the nigga had a movie. David LaChapelle directed Rise. Like, David LaChapelle, one of the biggest photographers of all time, made his first feature film was on Tommy the Clown, nigga, and the Crump, and, you know what I'm saying, battling Phenomenon. You feel me? So, like, niggas are somebody. They, like, nobody here is low.
I watched that. What did that come on? Was that like on HBO or some shit?
No, it was in the theater.
It was in the movies. Okay, all
right.
Yeah.
All right, I saw that shit.
Yeah. But it was
Drazen Petrovic. But what I liked is like the financial literacy teaching of it. Like, I like the commercials in the
the
feel me? Like,
commercial. Yeah,
it was more like than just the same old. Like, it was actually like inspiring, thought provoking, and gangster as fuck. Like, salute, hats off to the whole establishment. That was a great day. I feel like we all gonna look back and be fortunate we had the opportunity to see this, because a lot of time we used to hear about this shit. So hats off to Prime or Amazon and being able to broadcast this shit to the world, bro.
These niggas was throwing up blood directly into the camera on Amazon.
Into your home, into your neighborhood.
That was the most beautiful black ghetto shit I ever seen.
Right, bro.
In my life. And it didn't have no bad energy. It had all that LA and nobody got hurt. And we all know the negative stigma that comes with LA niggas getting it. Me and Trey was talking to each other. We was like, man, I hope nothing don't happen. You know what I mean? And it's fucked up that we have to think that, but this was so beautiful that this happened and nothing bad happened, man. This was huge.
Cliff
Yeah,
Robinson.
because I remember texting you, and I was like, yo, that shit about to come on. He like, oh, shit, that shit is about to come on. I'm like, yeah, nigga, like, tap in. Because I have damn near a watch party at the house. Because I wasn't about to fly out. Niggas expected my ass to be on the stage, throwing up shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah,
like,
come on, celebrity influencer.
No, for real, I expected you to be on stage with a New Jersey Devil jersey on with a red bandana.
I will start this off. Shouts to my cousin, Al Edwards, for signing the bill and making this a national holiday. You know what I'm saying? For Juneteenth. You know what I mean? He had
That's
black
your cousin
man
for
with
real?
it's my real cousin, bro. Got a statue. He's my great great cousin. He got a statue in Galveston, Texas. The
He all
Edwards
our
last
cousin
name.
now.
There we go. You feel me? Nah, we share it.
Cousin.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Edwards name was very cursed in the state of Texas. You know what I mean? My cousin, my other cousin, great was the first black man executed in the state of Texas. Yeah, he was accused of rape, white woman. You know what I mean? He was 23 years old, and that name was cursed. Like, if you're in Edwards, stay far away from him. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, didn't you tear your meniscus in Texas also?
I did tear my meniscus in Texas.
That's just cursed.
But everybody went to Baptist churches and opened up Baptist churches all through Texas. So most of them are all, you know, super church pastors out there in North and South Texas, of Houston. And then Al Edwards, who worked under Obama and a couple other people. But for the show, shout outs to the homies. I got invited out, but I had to go to work the next day. I don't know if I had a PJ, I would have pulled that off or something. If somebody would have offered to fly me out, man.
See, that
bro,
just lets you know I'm not responsible. I'm irresponsible still at my age. Because I would have called my job. I'm like, you do not want this shit. Trust me.
Nah, that was
Nigga,
way.
everybody was in that mix. You would have been working out there.
That was a way too public thing for me to be that irresponsible.
Can you imagine that nigga? Yo, can you imagine that nigga calling in to work like, oh man, I think I got COVID, and then they got Amazon Prime. I'm like, is this nigga true?
Nah, but he had to be in work the next day. You go to the concert and then text him that night, like, bruh, I'm on the red eye back. I was supposed to be back in time, but I don't know. I think I came down with something. You see where I was at?
I wasn't
history.
that clever, but I got
I'm
a couple people. I got a couple people in, which was good. That felt good, at least, to still say that I had long distance clout. You know what I mean? To be like, because
cousin Bruce.
Nah. Cousin Bruce is in Portland. Shout out to cousin Bruce.
Portland.
Nah, but you know, niggas was lying, Jason. Niggas is over there talking about, yeah, my plug fell through.
Of course.
Like,
you ain't no.
So you gonna ask me? You gonna ask me 3 hours before this shit? Like, it's the hardest shit ever. Like, this is the hottest ticket to get, my nigga. Niggas over there, hey, bro. Like, I'm like, how many is with you? Oh, that's
Eddie Jones.
The fact that you got an autograph, Eddie Jones, you a nigga. You won today. But like, that's the hardest ticket to get on the planet at that particular moment. And niggas is asking me, hey, bro, you think you could? I'm just trying to get some merch. I don't care where I'm sitting, bro. I'm just trying to be in the building. So I was able to get 3 people in, man. But that shit, shout out to my man Jarrell, man, for looking out for me on that.
Got to know Jarrell.
Shout out to Jarrell, bro.
Salute.
But watching that shit, watching it, bro, it was a cool moment. You know, shouts to DJ Head sharing his platform, showing like Chase said, shedding light on the people that don't get the everyday. Like, if you live in LA, you're gonna know some of them artists. You're gonna know the Cuzzos, you're gonna know the Beanos, you're gonna know the motherfucking AZ and the Rimbles. You know what I mean? Blue Bucks Clan. Those are like the guys that are, you know, get played on the normal, that they're local legends for us, right? But then Mustard did his set and he brought a YG, he brought Dom, he brought a Ty Dolla $ign. He brought a fucking Tyler. Like, nigga, you're Tyler cheating. You're cheating when you bring out a nigga like Tyler. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, and then niggas like Steve Lacy, it was funny. A lot of niggas didn't know Steve Lacy was black. And that blew my mind.
Oh, bro, nah. That nigga ever know that nigga black.
It was a lot of niggas that didn't know, bro.
Niggas thought Black Trey was white, bro. So don't say.
Tyler did get a crazy pop, and that was just like another thing. Like, niggas be forgetting that Tyler is a rapper
From Hawthorne.
LA. Yeah, from Hawthorne. Like
from Hawthorne of all places, by the way.
yeah, like
I
bro.
don't think people forget that. I don't think people forget that Tyler's from LA. I just think that goes back to what you said, Jason. You do not see the blend of sides with LA. LA is sometimes so divisive and so territorial. So to be able to see Kendrick and Tyler in the same space is just crazy as fuck, man.
Yeah.
And I think
they
that's
both
really
and they both fans of each other. Like a lot of them niggas are fans of everybody's music of that perform. So it's like,
and just creatively, like Dave and Free and all of them, like these niggas all fuck with each other. You feel me?
But for lack of better words, I think this is gonna give permission for that shit to become like the Power Ranger super thing that at the end of every episode. Now LA got the kind of go ahead to like, man, damn, I really don't fuck with XYZ, but at the same time, the whole world is locked in and we done changed the world. Let's continue to change it. Cause like you said, bro, I've been listening to none but West Coast music since then. The other day, I'm on Nate Dogg, I'm on DJ Quick. You feel me? So I think this will be a great segue into a good 10, 15-year run from LA right now.
Yeah, I had two. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna. You got something to say about this? I must segue.
Hold on, I got something to say. Barnes and Wells.
Look at Jason started. But the last thing I would say is that it was a beautiful moment, especially when you live there, you grow up there, and you see things that aren't possible, right? Yeah. I'll be in New York and I'll be envious of like certain shit where nigga could just sit at the park. It'd be the simplest shit. Like nigga, I could sit at the park, nigga, and listen to music and not nobody shoot this motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? I envy that shit because I be wanting that shit for the city. Like it's very rare that you get them bright spots, nigga, where you get to be like, all right, hey Jason, I'm gonna come to your house. We're gonna sit outside and blast music on your porch, and nobody gonna do nothing and be cool. And we could be out here all night and we can drink and nobody gonna fuck with us. I could get that in New York. I don't know if I can necessarily get that back at the crib. You feel me? So the fact that all them niggas was on, like, not only, you know how hard it is to get drunk niggas, high niggas, all together in a group photo.
Right.
In a group photo, that nigga said, hold on. He
on a stage now, because niggas could have fell out. There was some sharp ledges on those stages. And some pyrotechnics that was going on. Look.
No, and that was the thing. Like, everybody was like of sound mind. You know, like that was a really important part. Not the fact, I mean, the fact that there was no violence was great. And that was like the big thing. But the fact that niggas were conscious and considerate and were able to organize in the moment. Like nobody missed the moment. Everybody was like very on point.
That is why Kendrick Lamar is number one. Master of ceremony.
Right. Master of ceremony.
His energy became the people's energy. And the respect they have for the nigga, they held it down. That nigga.
And the niggas who from LA now, like them larger than life niggas like Tyler, they're so larger than life, and some of these folks, they don't necessarily rep LA. I mean, they rep LA, but like any New York nigga, any New York nigga, you gonna hear it Bronx BX 15 times before number 5. Any Atlanta nigga gonna tell you that shit over and over. I think this is a great excuse for every nigga from LA to take an opportunity on your song somewhere and shout out where you're from and remind them folks that this is West Coast too. You did, because if you like this, oh damn, you ain't even realize I was from LA. Oh damn, I've been doing this a disservice then. Let me goddamn put on for the city more. And I think that's gonna take place. Even with the white artists.
For the past 4 weeks, man. It's a West Side summer, man. It's a West Side summer. We're not claiming the fall. We're not claiming none of the other shit. This is a West Side summer. You're gonna get some good music. Just tap in. Hopefully you invest in some of those.
Bomm.com t-shirt, a West Side summer, bro.
There we go. I'm with it.
The only last thing I want to say, I know I mean one segue, is that I also really appreciate, you know, the moment where Kendrick was like, basically, we all lost somebody, you know, like R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle and Draco and, you know, all the rappers that should have been there as well. Like, was a big part of that moment as well. It's like growing up in L.A., we all lost somebody to the streets. You know, we've all lost somebody to this L.A. bullshit. And so for him to like acknowledge that in that moment, I thought was excellent as well.
It was basically the song I at the end where he's trying to gather and say, stop tripping. Yo, And he accomplished that. That nigga been living his rhymes. Every single shit, whether it's 2 years later, 4 years later, there's a Kendrick line, and that nigga is bringing that shit to reality. And I'm just watching now at this point. I'm just watching.
Shout out.
I'm just like flabbergasted. I'm like, wow, this nigga got, and that's the thing. The energy has now moved on to the music video. Them niggas still came out. Them niggas came to Westside Pyru. They came to Tam's Burgers on Rosecrans, nigga. That is a non-passive. Listen, when they say food to die for, that is food to die for. You better have a cousin. You better have somebody over there that's gonna be good for you to go over there and eat. That nigga they had Crips, Bloods, all on that Not Like Us video shoot. They also had sheriffs too carrying that thing. But you know what I mean. But you know what I mean. Niggas wasn't gonna go over there for no video shoot, no matter what, and they did it. That's a lot of respect for that nigga. I can't wait to see the visuals.
Right, and it wasn't even like a lot of. It's not a lot of Drake energy. Like it's there. It's the elephant in the room. But ain't nobody even celebrating or stomping hoes on that shit, bro. We get it. You been lost. That shit ain't even here. It's more about the love now. Like that shit is just beautiful. Bro.
We haven't. Niggas was performing back to back for months. So nigga, hey, it's our turn, nigga. Right. Fuck it.
Nah, you know who turn it is. It's the Hawk Tui girls' turn, man.
Shouts to Hawk Tui.
Who is this girl?
Where
come from?
Yeah, that nigga gave it a whole remix name.
Hey, man, shit, man. Where'd she come from, man?
She's a preschool teacher, and her job is up in question. But
it shouldn't be. I don't know why. Teacher.
But it seems like she's gonna make a lot of bread off of this. So
all she got to do is brand that.
She got a couple routes she can go.
All right, all she gotta do is say DM me for serious inquiries only.
Michael Finley.
Start OnlyFans or something.
Hold on, serious inquiries, man. What would be a serious inquiry that you could have?
You want me to come to your I come to the club right now? I'm hot as hell. You want the hot tour girl to come to your club, bottle service, whatever, man? Get me up in there, man. The back end
for sure making appearances
after the club.
No, for sure, I'm getting that walkthrough bag.
Right. You know what's funny? I won't lie. Most of the time, when folks are like, "Yo, so and so's gonna be at the club." I'll never forget this. When I was maybe 20, 19 or 20, there's a club in Atlanta called Club SO, and they were like, "Yo, Allen Iverson gonna be at the club today, $40." I'm like, why do I give a fuck if Allen Iverson at the club? If anything, makes it even worse. Means any girl that might have wanted to talk to me is like, nah, fuck that shit. We go to the Allen Iverson section and fucking hovering around there. Right. So like ever since then, I've always been like, yo, whenever they tell me so and so's gonna be somewhere, I don't want to be there. Like until you tell me this person's performing, I don't want to be there. There's no part of this that makes it more lucrative for me that somebody famous is there.
Hey, that's a very Arizona thing. I remember that.
Man, you just stepped on his hot
Atlanta thing too, bro. That's Atlanta thing too. I feel you, bro, because it's certain niggas, bro. Like I'll go to the club. It's certain, but outside of networking, bro, I ain't got no business in the club. Fabulous, goddamn, Lil Wayne and Jay-Z in the section. Like, what am I doing here, man? Like,
hey, that shit gonna be like that shit gonna be like Hustle and Flow. You know when that nigga try to give Skinny Black the tape. That's all it's gonna be. That's all it's gonna be. Man. You can be like, yo, nigga, I'm your biggest fan. Then they gonna be like, the fuck, nigga, get out my face.
Nigga, I paid $2,000 to be in here just to ask you one question, bro. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Hey.
He really did fucking disrespect the shit out of that nigga for no reason, man.
Hey, Skinny, you put my tape in the toilet, man. You put my toilet. Right. You put my tape in the toilet, man. That nigga beat Skinny ass, dog. That's the wrong shit to do it to disrespect a nigga like that. But if you're ready to have a conversation with a nigga, do not try it at the club. Do not. Right. It's too Jay-Z, so many hoes. That is it. Just listen to that song.
What if the person in question is Hawk Tua? Can I have a conversation at that point?
It's funny.
Yeah, I hate a boyfriend right now.
She's not even. Oh my God, this nigga. Because here's the thing, she's not even bad. But it's just like there's something about it where I'm like,
it's fame. It's fame, bro.
It's not fame, man. It's enthusiasm.
Sure, but
I saw that shit one time. I didn't like. Now she's famous because she went viral. But the first time I saw that video, I was like, I wonder if her at is in these comments somewhere. Like that was literally the first thing my brain went to. I can't control that shit, man.
She was private too.
Look, this nigga looked it up too.
Because I was gonna try to book her.
This nigga.
What you mean by booker? What do you mean
Yeah.
by booker, Trey? Explain that to the
This
audience.
nigga, man.
First of all, if you know my job, just
Soon
trying
as
to
the
get
nigga
people
say
paid,
first of
man.
all.
You got new listeners every episode, bro. You got to explain
What-
that.
Gotta
what's
get
the
them
job
paid,
again?
man.
What's
I
the
gotta
job,
get them
Trey?
paid, man. Celebrity influencer relations, man. If the
Yeah.
client
you.
asks for them, if they got an idea and they want to hawk to a girl, I said not a girl.
Hawk to a guy.
Yep.
Did you see that? Remember we
So-
talked about that last night? Remember we talked about that last
We
night?
talked about it in the chat. We talked about it in the
Talked
chat.
about it
Y'all
in
want to
chat.
go this
So-
place?
We gotta go that way. We gotta go that way.
Okay.
Can you read the tweet?
Do we
Can you read
have
the tweet?
to?
We
Pause. We
I
gotta
won't
go. Pause.
I
We
won't
gotta go that way.
I won't go to the detail. I won't go into the
Deadlift shrimp.
detail that we did earlier, like in the chat, because for Bossa Nova reasons. But I'm gonna just say this. This was the tweet that was in there. It says, "No one talks about how girls want the hawk to too." That's the tweet. I hit the chat with the, what's going on here, right? And so niggas is like, oh no, like the girls like getting spit on the pussy too. I'm like, oh okay, because I was thinking it was some other shit.
Yeah.
And niggas was like, what? And I'm like, look, man, 2024, it's a lot of people trying to tell us who and who they are not.
Mhm.
They think by virtue of just saying it, it makes it so. Not that I am someone who is this, I am this. And so, in my mind now on the internet, anytime someone says something like that, I'm like, now when you say girls, what kind of girls are we talking about here? Because
Wow.
to me, there's still a difference.
Carrie Kittles.
Look, I can
New
be,
Orleans.
I can respect your life decisions. I can address you as you want to be addressed. I could talk to you the way you want to be talked to. But in my personal life of pursuit, there's a category that I do not pursue. And so when I see a random tweet from a random character whom I don't know, I cannot take on face value that it's the hawk tool I think they're talking about, because they might be talking about something else. Am I going too far? Why is everyone got scared and they clutching pearls?
No,
Am I not?
I feel like now would be the best chance I ever get a chance to say this. Is
Come
easy
on,
segue.
Murray.
When I
Come on,
say
Murray.
pause, I'm not saying pause as to all gay people. I'm saying pause because there's a sexual innuendo that just happened. That's my pauses. Back to whatever Amin was talking about.
What I'm talking about is this. Like, I can,
The news dumped that shit.
your news is just a Friday news don't just fucking Willie Mays died, and also he said some shit about. Y'all understand what I'm talking about? Like, is this offensive to say? Like, look,
I mean, I think almost everything could be considered offensive nowadays. So-
wow, y'all niggas really going safe.
So that's
You hit
that's
safe
just,
mode. That shit.
that's
was
I don't
safe
know what
mode.
I'm quiet because I don't know what Hawk 2 is. I'm out the loop.
Oh, you don't know the Hawk Tour
I don't know
girl?
what it is. I don't know
Oh,
what it is.
hey Trey, send her the.
Jerv,
Hold on.
Chase,
Hold on.
Jerv,
I'll
roll
find that. I'll
roll
find
it
that.
on.
DJ
I want to
Jerv,
rediscover.
he's
I
untamed.
want to rediscover her all over again.
Danny Manning.
Shout out to Danny Manning.
All right, salute, Kansas.
Jayhawks.
Jerv, also, don't clip this shit.
Right, Jerv is a clipping ass. Look,
Niggas gonna be like,
You
"What you
like,
talking
well,
about?"
here's-
Like,
Well, here's the
No,
thing.
I'm not. I'm not.
To
gonna
be-
do that.
in his defense, he don't be clipping it. It be suggested.
well, don't clip me saying uppity with Mark Spears. I didn't know what uppity meant. I got caught on the ledge.
The man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Listen, if somebody hawk toward me, I don't know. That's
What do you
just
mean?
too,
If,
that's too,
when?
that's,
Hey,
When?
wait.
When?
So it's a problem to be
Oh.
Hawk 2 on?
Yeah, why
No,
is that a
no,
negative?
there's no
Well,
problem.
this-
Well,
I've been
uh,
Hawk 2 on. Now
I'm
that
a-
I
I'm
know
a-
what
I'm
it is, I've been
I'm a
Hawk 2 on.
germaphobe, man. I'm a germaphobe, man. I can't.
Oh.
I can't do it, bro.
How you
yeah,
at?
you be
I
you be
guess-
letting Nas down.
you
Like
guys
you
suck
live such a
with
great life and
germaphobe.
then let Nas down sometimes, man.
Yeah, how you have sex?
That's
with
That Nas down.
he be letting Nas down sometimes, my nigga. Like, yo, he just tells you all this great shit, how he doing this, that, and the third, and then the one thing you
have
just
it
think
all,
we all just
Jerv.
ain't coming.
I'm
My
not
nigga,
Monte
but you
Ellis. I'm not Monte
Can you
Ellis.
imagine? Can you imagine? You know, Monte. Can you imagine like badass bitch, whatever, and then she give you the hawk to her, and this nigga Trey is like, give me some hand sanitizer at once, like nigga, what?
Stop.
How
What
do you
was
get
that?
head,
Stop.
period, if you?
That's why I'm just sitting here,
How you
Chase.
get-
I'm just like kind of I don't even know what I'm speechless. You know,
How you
Hold
interact-
on, let's
how you-
do this the
pause
correct way.
everybody's.
Let's bring Trey to the stage and
he said
let's just
pause
fuck
everybody's.
around
He
for
said
questions.
yeah.
This
Pause.
entire segment is
That nigga
paused.
whole show up
No, we don't
dressed
have to
like
keep saying
Sandy on SpongeBob. That nigga Bubble Boy.
This nigga.
What were we doing, man? Talk to me. What's going on?
Nigga, how?
Hey,
What
look, now
is
he don't know where he at.
BJ Armstrong.
BJ Armstrong. That was a good one.
Oh shit.
How what? Tell me what's going on?
This nigga, now you
I'm on the
don't know
spot.
what the fuck we
No,
talking
I'm on the
about.
spot, but I'm saying since I'm on the spot, tell me more. Like, what am I sharing at this particular moment? That I'm a germaphobe? Nah, like, bro, the idea of fucking spit just makes me. I don't like strip clubs and sweat. I don't
You
like
don't
none
like
of
when
that
the-
shit.
So you don't get
like-
head? You don't know homo, but you don't.
No,
That's not your shit.
You don't participate in
yes.
that?
Nigga want some dry head.
Listen,
That's what-
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get
yeah.
that.
What he said
No.
didn't make any sense, yo. Let's just admit that.
Cotton
Hear
mouth.
me
You
out.
want
Hear
some
me out. Hear
cotton
me out.
mouth.
It doesn't make any sense.
Here, first of
Like a
all,
Brillo
it does
bag.
make sense because there's a difference. There is a difference. You can get head, and then there's the sloppy joint where you got the wet lap, nigga.
It's the
I
same
can't handle
thing.
it.
It's the
I
same
can't handle
saliva.
it.
Yeah,
brother.
Yeah, it's
Nah.
the same thing,
saliva.
bro.
It's the same
You think it's a
thing,
new
bro.
spit that's coming out?
You're wild, bro.
Yo,
This is
yo,
wild,
Trey,
bro.
No,
This
no,
nigga think
no.
it's like a
Trey-
squirt. He think it's like a squirt in the mouth.
Trey-
It's
Trey
like a
only-
different.
hey, Trey only fuck with girls that got bounty in the mouth. That shit that
It's a
quilted,
different
took the
bacteria. He think
baker
it's a
up.
different bacteria
crazy.
that's coming out
Nah,
when it's
bro.
a Haktua.
Listen, my nigga, I will run to the shower.
It's not a
nigga,
different
immediately.
chemical, bro. It's the same thing.
But listen, I'm just telling you how I'm wired, nigga. I will run to the shower immediately.
But
Nigga, that shit
but
stresses
that's
me
not
out.
like a germaphobe.
To run to the shower after she, you know what I'm saying, do the hot tour. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
just-
Can't
come
put that
on.
under the germaphobe banner though. That ain't germ, bro. It's the same thing.
Yo, Trey, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Yo,
You gotta segue.
real-
My nigga not feeling this right now. I can see.
Yeah, no,
I gotta put my boy on the Summer Jam screen for some shit he prefer.
we all adults. Mother, you like what you like, you whatever. But like in a different universe, niggas would have like immediately kidnapped this nigga and like would have got some girls like, yo, give him the hawk tour. This nigga just you
Yes.
probably haven't gotten
Yes.
it good yet. Like, just go with
Yes.
her, you'll be
Yes.
fine. Here come
I feel like the Andre Iguodala meme.
No,
Like,
listen. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know no demons. I know some demons, man. I've been knowing some demons, but it is very uncomfortable for me, bro. Where it's just too icky for me, bro. Like I can't fuck with it.
Bruh, you can't use the word icky.
Man,
I am
Icky's a
almost
wild.
40 years old.
That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
I don't
There you go,
care.
Trey.
I don't
You
care.
let him know,
I mean,
Trey.
No, but I'm just saying, bro. Like at the end of the day, that shit. I'm telling you, it literally stresses me out. Like it's just not comfortable to me. What you listen? I'm not gonna yuck y'all
this
yums.
segment is amazing.
This shit right now,
It's
it is
That's the
very.
name of the
over there.
segment. That's the name of the
Y'all
segment right
yums
there.
is
Yuck,
the
yuck,
wildest
yuck,
shit.
yum.
This segment,
You know what I'm
this
saying?
segment is
But it's a
amazing.
lot, bro. Like I done been in some situations. You know what I mean? Not to, I'm a private person, bro. I ain't trying to share all that
Yeah.
shit. But feel me, at the end of the day, lap dances, all that shit, squirting, all that shit will throw me into a panic attack. I cannot.
Don't yuck
fuck
our
with it.
yums, bro. Don't yuck our yums.
No, y'all can listen. Y'all can have all that, but I'm telling you,
That's amazing.
that shit will
quote.
stress me out, bruh. That shit stress
Damn,
me the
man.
fuck out,
Yo,
bro. I
look
will
at- look
literally
at-
run to the shower, bruh, or I will like, yo, you gotta get a towel
Yo.
ASAP.
Look at
if I
how
see it-
powerful. Look at how powerful the Lord is, man. Motherfucker said, Trey, I'm gonna give you a great job, man. Trey, I'm gonna put you in this opportunity. You're gonna meet people, beautiful women everywhere. You're gonna live in the greatest city on earth or whatever. It's like, oh man, thank you, Lord. What's the cost? The cost is all the fun shit you're not gonna be able to do. You're gonna be like, ah! Nigga,
Hey man,
the Lord done stole away from you.
I feel my nigga Trey. Me personally, like I said, I'm gonna keep the towel nearby. I'm not against the sloppy or the hawk too, but I'm like Trey. I don't want that shit just chilling on me. After sex, I get up right away. I'm OCD. You know what I mean? I don't want no.
Chase,
that's what I'm saying.
What you're doing is very commendable, my brother. It's very commendable. You see your guy down bad, and you're coming to his defense. But what you're not recognizing, my brother, is that you two said two very different things. Okay. He is saying he just flat out don't want that shit, and you're saying, hey, I'm not saying I don't want it. I'm just saying, as soon as we're done, I got to get cleaned up real quick. You know what I'm saying? My man Trey's, yeah.
I bet you hate green Jolly Ranchers too, don't you, Trey?
I don't know what it has to do with anything, but I like green Jolly Ranchers. I don't like Perry Jolly Ranchers.
Listen, I was gonna say, did y'all want to talk about this? Because it's crazy that I got this card out of all the Michael Jordan. Look,
the Jordan Depoy?
Listen, no, it's not the Depoy. It's the season steals leader from 1992 and 93. Michael Jordan is a season steals leader.
Are y'all ready to talk about this shit?
You feel me?
Are y'all ready to talk about this shit?
Hey, Tom, my man, but I ain't rolling.
The funniest shit to me that has come out of this. So if you don't know, Tom Haberstroh for Yahoo Sports, he noticed there was a big discrepancy between the home blocks and steals for Michael Jordan and the road. And when I say huge, I'm talking about like double. The nigga's averaging double the steals and like 80% more blocks on the road. So Tom went at home as opposed to on the road. Tom went and like pulled as much film as he could from that season. And what he discovered was the guy who was running the statistician for the Bulls was absolutely making shit up. And when I say making shit up, this is what I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about passes thrown. One guy gets a deflection, his teammate recovers the ball. Now, we could say, hey, that right there is a steal for the deflector because that's the reason why the ball was turned over. We could say, hey, steal isn't a steal until the ball is recovered. The guy who recovered is what got the steal. So a statistician has a choice. I'm going to give it to the deflector or the recoverer. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm not talking about giving people the benefit of the doubt on shit like that. I'm talking about the Hawks have a 24-second shot clock violation, and the statistician's like, you know what? I'm going to give Michael a steal for that one. I'm talking about Dominique Wilkins travels. You know why he traveled? Because Mike was about to steal it. Good enough for me. That's a steal, too. I'm talking about throw a pass. Michael Jordan deflects it. It goes out of bounds. It's still the other team's ball. But the statistician said, you know what, man? Mike kind of had possession there. That's a steal. They inflated it. They fabricated it. They made something that was not even close to happening real. And as a result, Michael Jordan led the league in steals and was number one in blocks among guards. I think he was top 5 among all players. And as a result of all of that, it fueled his Defensive Player of the Year award, which was the missing thing in his trophy case of things. He's the only player in the history of the league to lead the league in scoring and win Defensive Player of the Year. There's a reason why it had never happened before and it hasn't happened since, because that shit is impossible. You can't be the best offensive player and the best defensive player at the same time. It is just impossible. This league is too hard. And so Tom puts this out. We did an interview with him and we put the thing, and the comments are batshit crazy. It's one of two things. Number one, either an argument that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Like niggas said, oh, see? Oh, y'all just love LeBron. I'm like, who the fuck said anything about LeBron? I'm talking about what happened in Michael Jordan's 1988 season. LeBron was 4 years old, bro. Or, like, so either they don't address any of it that was in it. They just, like, immediately start up talking about bias without saying, wait a second, what about the facts that are being reported? Or the other thing that says, come on, we all knew that. Bull fucking shit, we all knew that. Who the fuck knew they was taking travels in 24 seconds and calling those steals to the other guy? The floor is yours, Mr. Michael Jordan lover, Travonne Edwards. Yeah, that's you, nigga.
I
John
didn't know.
Paxson. John
First of
Paxson.
all, again, I didn't think I gave a fuck about stats when I was younger. So like that shit didn't mean shit
not
to
talking about
No,
when
no.
you.
I know.
Like,
Listen,
nigga, why
listen.
are niggas always like talking about like, well, I was a kid. I just
Well,
Michael
no,
Jordan.
I
Like,
mean because this is when the shit was happening. You know what I mean? So like now that it's debunked,
No,
I don't think that it's like I just still think that nigga was doing the shit. You feel me? Like I'm just not in. I ain't rolling. It's in disbelief because
what if I'm hearing
Go
you
ahead.
correctly? You don't give a fuck what they're saying
yes,
about Mike because ain't shit gonna
No.
change what you think
ain't
about
shit
Mike.
gonna change what I think about Mike.
But-
You feel me? That's like a nigga saying,
But-
"Hey, nigga, we can't listen to Michael Jackson no more." Nigga, fuck y'all. Like,
ain't nobody said that.
no,
We're just
no.
saying.
I'm just comparing it to that part
Yeah.
of like, y'all not
Right.
y'all not changing the nigga legacy. Y'all just pointing out something that like, niggas
Well,
was just groupies and they was just giving niggas shit for the free.
If said person's legacy, one of the things that people always talk about, which separates him from the rest, is because he did this one thing. And for us
the
to
one that
find out,
separates it- that's not no. The thing that
okay,
they're
I'm sorry.
pointing out
One
is
of. I didn't mean one. One of the things, because yes, it's the 6-0 in the finals. Yes, I understand.
that's the
but
number one thing
he-
that matters.
But the 6-0 in the finals is kind of a tricky stat as well, though. We
No,
gotta
it is
admit
not.
that.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it
There's nothing
is,
tricky about
bro.
it. The nigga just won.
No,
What do you mean?
What
It's
y'all
not.
about
It's
to do?
because
What y'all about to do, man? Stop. Don't do that.
no. Let's just be.
Don't
Let's
do
just
that.
be.
Don't do
Let's
that.
just
Be
be.
real,
honest.
Jason.
Let's
Tell me
just
this
be
was on the
real.
radio, my
Let's just
nigga.
be
Nigga,
real.
Jason.
Listen,
Tell
I
him,
got
Jason.
Michael Jordan right here behind me. You feel me? And I'm gonna say it right in front of nigga face. All I'm saying is,
I'm Michael.
listen, listen. I love Jordan, but the fact that the nigga was 6-0 in the finals obfuscates or blinds
Yeah.
people to the fact
Yeah.
that the nigga lost multiple years before he got there. He had
And
to,
after.
and after.
No.
So the nigga,
Here's the thing.
So then,
And in between, he lost
so when
also
you
once.
so when you have a nigga like LeBron, I'm just using him as an example.
I think you're missing the actual focus. The focus.
No, but the focus is
6-0
that-
in the finals. 6-0 in the finals, not playoffs. 6-0 in the finals, not total
But-
record of
but
playoffs.
No, but
6-0 in the
niggas
finals.
but
When you
niggas
get
use
there,
that to
you get it done.
but
Trey,
niggas
Trey,
try to
Trey.
use that as he's like an ultimate winner, bro. And all I'm saying is like
He
LeBron
is,
has
nigga. What are you talking about?
Let me-
he
let me-
is,
hold on,
but
hold on.
he's lost on the road.
Jason,
Okay.
I got you back.
Michael Jordan created the attitude and the
Listen.
aura for niggas to be champions for his generation
on,
and past
hold
that.
on.
What are we
Hold on,
talking
Let's get
about?
it in.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what Jason is saying, right? What Jason is saying is the nigga played 14 years. So
Sure.
it's easier to say, hey, when I get to the finals, I always win. What about the years you didn't get to the finals? Basically,
Are
is
we
it
talking
more
about
impressive to be
other
In
niggas
baseball,
that
you only got to hit the
So
ball.
I'll give you another example. I'll give you another example. I'm not even gonna go to LeBron, but the nigga Magic Johnson played 12 seasons.
Right.
One of them he had AIDS. He went to the finals 9 fucking times.
Right.
It don't matter that he wasn't undefeated. He went to the finals 9 times out of 12 years.
He's 5 and what?
5 and 4. 5 and 4 in those 9 times. Versus
go.
6-0, but 6 of 14 basically. Basically, 6 of 14 is what we're talking about versus 9 of 12.
We wouldn't count the rest.
We don't count
Yeah,
the
like,
John.
How does that even
This
make
is
sense?
crazy.
Because first of all, are we
Niggas
counting
love
like
this nigga Mike. This shit
it's
crazy.
Trey,
it has
Because y'all
zero.
niggas
It has
continue to
zero to
find
do with
creative
Mike,
ways.
but like when we talk about the finals winners, the loser and the winner, that's the only thing that matters per conversation each season. I'm not gonna say, yo, niggas had a nice regular season. That shit don't matter. If you got eliminated, I thought the Nuggets were going to win it this year. They didn't fucking make it to the finals, so they don't matter. The only 2 teams that mattered this year are the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. Who won? The Boston Celtics. So they get 1 win, and their trip to the finals for the Mavericks is a loss. The next time they go, so their record right now, they've only been to the finals how many times in their career? 3
Twice.
times in their 3
Three.
times because they lost.
Who?
They won one and then they lost.
The
They
Mavs.
lost
The
to the Heat.
Oh, the Mavs. Oh, yeah.
Right? So in that scenario, they are 1 and 3 in their trips. We only count the
and 2.
trips. 1 and 2,
No,
sorry.
1 and 2, yeah.
Okay.
But
we
Trey,
only count the
Trey,
trips. So
but that's the point. So are you saying it's more important to be perfect in the finals, but if I'm gonna lose, I'd rather not make it? So is Luka better off losing the conference finals?
Yeah.
Yes.
What? Yes.
Yes.
If you're gonna lose,
You'd rather lose earlier than lose later.
So you're promoting. You're basically saying the Buffalo
period is losing. That's what
it's
it
losing.
is.
Is losing.
And this nigga Jordan lost 8 times.
It don't matter.
8 times.
No.
He didn't play. It's not like he didn't play those seasons. He played those seasons.
No.
He was not good enough. He was not good enough to make it to the finals.
So
8 times.
So that means everybody is a loser who didn't make it to the finals. That don't count like that, bro.
Pretty much, nigga.
So the niggas who make it to more finals.
No, because I would not be talking about no fucking
Paul.
I would not be talking about no Paul George right now. That nigga's irrelevant, bro. He ain't make it to the finals. That nigga does not deserve a fucking mention.
That's what we're saying. We're saying the niggas that make it to the finals.
I know a place he can make the finals
Talk
at.
about the two examples. You bringing up Magic Johnson and you bringing up Michael. So you're talking about 6 and 14 to what? 5 and what?
9 and 5 and 12.
How can 6 not beat 5 in anything?
Because nigga,
this nigga got
other
more
seasons.
One person has more NBA championships than a lot of franchises.
But what you guys are pretending is you're pretending like the years where he doesn't make it to the finals. Oh, who cares about this shit happened. This shit happened.
No.
This shit happened.
I'm not saying who cares. He just does not matter in those particular years. You highlight the next person of the conversation. That's what I'm saying.
It's a mighty convenient argument.
If Larry Bird won it that year, I'm debating about Larry Bird. If Isaiah Thomas won that year, I'm debating about Isaiah Thomas. Julius Erving won that year, I'm debating about Julius Erving, nigga.
Can I just ask this? So LeBron's played what, 20-something years or whatever? 20? Yes. Is it 20?
21.
So you're telling me LeBron James, who's played basketball for 20 years, has only mattered 4 years?
No, y'all are twisting his words. He's not
saying that. No, I'm only counting the finals records. Do I call him a loser? No, he is a winner. He has won 4 times, which is very fucking hard to do. But what we're not going to do is celebrate the losses. We're not going to be lovable losers and say, hey, at least he made it. That's because what we're
judging
doing.
Champions. We're judging champions by champions. Like, we're not judging champions by playoff niggas. We're judging champions by niggas who have won championships. Whoever has the most championships has clearly got to be the top nigga.
This is the way I look at it.
You have to qualify for that because you have to be a star. You can't be Robert Horry. Shout out to Robert Horry, by the way.
No. That one's easy. But no, the way I look at it is like, if you were a prize fighter, and
that's individual, by the way.
Well, okay. Once you say it's individual, by the way, then why the fuck are we arguing Jordan versus LeBron versus anyone? Because that's an individual thing. So then stop giving Jordan. No, then Jordan doesn't get 6-0. Then if you want to go, that's an individual sport.
He's still a part. He's still part of the team.
We're not going to give him credit.
Still in that conversation.
We're not. Look, you're gonna have to. Real easy, Trey. You're gonna have to decide. You're gonna have to. No, my point now is Trey can't get to play both sides. You got to choose real quick. Are we talking about niggas as individuals making accomplishments, or are we talking about teams? In which case, we should never talk about Michael versus LeBron versus Magic ever again.
We should have never did that anyway.
But nigga, you out here talking about like the nigga got 6 and that's better 6-0. No, he doesn't. The Bulls have 6-0.
Sure.
If you want to be Mr.
Who led multiple categories? How the fuck did they get there?
It's not individual. It's a team sport. Which one is it?
But again, if they drafted Sam Bowie, them niggas not there. They probably win one.
Nigga, do you want to do individual or team sport? Tell me.
Either or. I got the same.
You pick one. You pick one. Pick one.
I'm gonna go individual.
Okay. So nigga, imagine a prize fighter. Every time you walk in the ring with the belt on the line, he wins.
That nigga the GOAT.
But every time there's no belt, this nigga gets his ass beat.
That nigga loser.
Like,
he's not gonna have a belt. That's not how it works.
But also that's a bad analogy because everything that's not a title fight. That's not a title fight. That's not a title fight.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. Because I said a belt on the line. What the fuck does that mean? If it's not a title fight, a belt on the line.
No, niggas have regular fights all the time. Every fight,
the analogy I said was every time there's a belt on the line, the nigga win. But every time there isn't, he gets his ass beat. How is that like?
But
Yeah,
he's
see,
not
y'all
going to
niggas-
get to a belt if he gets his
He's never
ass
gonna
beat,
play in the
bro.
belt
He's
if he
never
keep
gonna get a
losing. You
belt.
gotta
That's what I'm
win to
telling
get to the
you.
belt.
You can't even lose multiple times in boxing and become a champion like that, bro. Like,
Yo, the
true.
point
That analogy was bad.
The point is, these shits count. I know you guys don't want to count these seasons where he wasn't a winner, but they count. They do count as losses. They do count. Everything you do counts. And so, by the way, I'm not even saying LeBron's better or whatever. I really don't know who the fuck.
So if we do that, then we gonna go 4 for 20. If we do that, then it's 4 for 20 for
who?
Bron.
Okay, but that's not. But I'm not making that argument. All I'm saying
16,
is
right? 4 for 16.
Yeah, 4 and 16.
Well,
but
4 17 now.
Well, we'll see. Or this is 21.
It's 21. He's going in 22.
Yeah, it's 20.
He's going in 22.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. I got
4.5 because he got
but-
the in
but
season tournament.
Nah, stop
Suck
that.
a dick.
No,
Fuck
my
outta here
point
with
is
that.
my point isn't even whether one is greater than the other. I think it's a dumb argument. It's always a dumb argument, right? And any argument you make for the one, you can find a counter for the other, on all sides. I think you can make arguments for Magic. I think you might arguments for Kareem as a great player of all time. That's not my point. My point is this motherfucker with the silhouette is the only one where we will not tolerate anything that like makes you think, oh, this shit wasn't real, right? In the same way, you know what it's like? You know who Michael Jordan is? Michael Jordan is Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight Rises, right? Because Harvey Dent was this dude. He did this shit. He cleaned up the streets. He was a great DA, whatever. And then the shit happened. They blew his face off, whatever. And then the nigga went crazy. He kidnapped Commissioner Gordon's son. He threatened to kill him. Batman comes, saves his son. Harvey Dent dies. Batman tells Commissioner Gordon, you need to tell them that I was the one that kidnapped him. And Harvey Dent saved the day but died doing it. And Commissioner Gordon's like, why? He's like, because the niggas' minds will explode if you tell them this guy who did all this great shit did this thing that wasn't
that is so beautiful. But what you're basically trying to insinuate, or I'm going to be creative too. That was beautiful. But are you basically saying Michael Jordan paid this nigga to boost his stats? Because
no.
Like, what are we trying to get at? Because this dude boosted his steals up. Mike ain't Mike.
Hey, but also
no one's saying
niggas
that.
ain't watching.
That's my point.
First of all, if you ever have a Michael Jordan conversation, niggas is never going to like only diehard niggas is really going to go to bat for defense, right? We only watch that nigga for offense. We just gonna be honest. We only watch that.
A lot of niggas go on that defensive argument. A lot.
But I'm
of
just
niggas
saying
do that defensive argument.
But I'm just saying. I understand that. For the niggas on this panel, I only watch that nigga for offense. I didn't really start getting of age and of mind to care about quote unquote defense and all that other shit. To be like, only nigga I really that was advertised like that was Gary Payton, where I'm like, oh, it's actually tight to play defense, the glove. Where I really was like, damn, nigga, it's
Trey,
cool.
We're not talking about.
But
we're talking about
saying,
today, though.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm
today.
saying. But that's what I'm saying. Today, it's still an offensive-driven game. So at the end of the day, that's like if a nigga said, if Michael Jordan, if steroids helped that nigga score all them points, that shit tainted. It's on some Barry Bonds shit.
Yes, that would be different.
That would be a different discovery because it'd be like, damn, it enhanced this game. That would break the game. Because right now, quote unquote, there is a rumor and a myth that somebody used something sometime many moons ago, but we're not gonna say that. But I still don't believe that would make.
Can I just say I saw what
he still has to score. So go ahead, Jerv.
I was just saying, just to your point, real quick, right there. Yes, I remember in real time when said name scrolled across the bottom of the shit on live television, and I lost my mind. Like, get the fuck, and then it was just nowhere to be found ever again.
Yo, this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say anytime we have an idea, and again, we're not talking about what I was like when I was 9 years old and what I looked up. I'm talking about right now. I'm looking back. I see what history is, right? You telling me the shit was this, and we find out, oh no, that shit was completely different. That matters. Does that change the fact that Michael Jordan was a great player? Absolutely not. Just like Harvey Dent kidnapping Commissioner Gordon's kid did not make him like everything he did invalidated. Just like Barry Bonds being on the clear in San Francisco does not change what he did as a Pittsburgh Pirate. This shit is still there. It happened. It was real. All that shit. But we have to. You cannot say that shit doesn't matter. You cannot say, well, that shit ain't real. And you cannot say, well, I was 12 when that shit happened. I don't know. Like, no, nigga. Like, it's okay to be like, it's like it's okay to say R. Kelly may be the greatest R&B artist of all time.
He is.
Also, he diddled
He
a
is.
bunch of kids. You could say that. It's all right to say those two things. It's all right to say, I love his music and I hate who he is. And it's the same thing here. It's like, it's all right to say Michael Jordan was amazing. And also, man, that motherfucker got himself a fake-ass Depoy Award in 1988 because it was fueled off of fiction, off of fabrication.
Steve Smith.
I love
But
Tom, but fuck out of here still to this day.
We were talking about what movie franchises, because we were saying everything now, you know, in order to get greenlit in Hollywood, you got to have existing IP. Everything is a copy of a copy of a copy. You know, I was talking to Amin a little bit about Acolyte, the Star Wars, you know, joint, which is getting crazy takes and reviews. But half of our media now is shit that is from existing media, right? You got Ghostbusters, you got all this shit. So niggas was like, oh, what would you bring back? Like, if you had the option to bring some shit back to make it, you know, a new franchise. I think the only one I said that wasn't a franchise was Spawn, but because it's a you know, comic book movie, I just threw it in there. Mm-hmm. So I made a list. Niggas said to save it for the pod because I was getting in too deep. Mekhi Phife. I was making pause, but I made a list as we were talking, and then I was like, "Yo, can y'all make lists so we could just spit them on the pod and niggas could talk about movie franchises? If you had the opportunity to bring back a movie franchise and add a new sequel or a reboot or something to it, what would be your top 5?"
Okay,
who all has lists? Because Trey doesn't have. Trey, you're out on this, right? You're too cool for this shit. That's right.
Yeah, Trey said he's not a movie guy, so he was gonna leave it up to the movie guys.
No, because nigga, I literally asked Jason for movies to watch. I'm not. I wouldn't ask Jason for basketball shit. So I'm gonna just sit this motherfucker out. You feel me? Like, yeah. I'm learning. I'm just going to listen and learn. It's okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So Amin, do you have your list?
Well, I got my list. I want to hear Jason start.
Okay, yeah. So let me. I'll just rattle. Yeah, I'll rattle off the list that I dropped in the chat. So it's closer to 10 movies actually on my list. But I was saying and this movie too wasn't isn't from a franchise, but because it was an anthology movie, I decided I could throw it in there. But Tales from the Hood, I would love to make a new Tales from the Hood. I said on some kid shit, Three Ninjas, because niggas just grew up that Three Ninjas vibe back in the day. And I feel like kids need, like, you know, the fun, young karate shit is always dope when you're just a young boy. Kill Bill, because they talked about having, what's her name? Vivica's daughter come back and kill the bride. You feel me? Come back as a grown on some whatever, Zendaya badass type shit, and now she's killing. That would be a fire movie. Then I was saying, like, I'm shocked that niggas have not brought Back to the Future. Like, no. Steven Spielberg and Zemeckis must have some sort of clause or something, because I'm sure Disney and every other, you know, conglomerate is like, yo, we'll give you $10 billion to let us do 3 more movies. Like, so I'm just surprised they haven't done that. But yeah, then my official list was Mighty Ducks, Escape from LA.
They did Mighty Ducks. They've been doing the Mighty Ducks.
They got a TV show, but it's not like the movie. I want a Mighty Ducks new movie like Gordon Bombay, but like, you know, some updated shit. Escape from LA. I don't know if y'all ever seen Escape from New York.
Terrible. I hate that movie.
But it's a fun, campy, silly movie that I feel like if it's redone for the Netflix era, like in the right way with the right action star, it could be fly. The Color of Money. Have y'all seen The Color of Money?
Which is also
it's a sequel. Right? Yeah, so that's a sequel. So I would love like a follow-up with Tom Cruise as the Paul Newman character. Right. You know what I'm saying? So Paul Newman is a pool hall hustler, and he is basically schooling Tom Cruise how to be a hustler. So I think, like, in the same way Creed is kind of like that evolution of it started off with the guy as Rocky as like an understudy to his guy. Like, I think that would be dope. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I mean,
Just finish the shit.
Yeah.
Damn,
Where the fuck does 3 come out? No, like no,
Oh.
not his list. Not his list. I meant the series because I fucked with 1 and 2.
1 and 2
then
is
just
fire.
fucking made 3. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, like why does that movie not have a 3 or a 4? Like, come on, man. That's an
You
easy.
thought I was telling him.
Yeah, like finish this list, man.
I was like, damn, nigga.
Anaconda. I think they made like a straight to DVD sequel of that. But that was just like a great like creature feature.
You totally went away from what you asked us to do, which was franchises.
What? Nah, Anaconda is a franchise.
Anaconda is a franchise.
Yeah. They have
two. They had 2 of those movies.
I think it's a straight to DVD.
Like, they had a bunch of sequels that went
okay.
straight to video.
Yeah.
Do those count?
Yeah.
I feel like it's about to be the Michael Jordan conversation all over again. We count straight to DVD, my niggas. Like,
yeah, for sure. Because that shit would just make it like, again, for the Netflix generation. Like, I think that would just be a perfect, structure.
Okay.
Sandlot is a classic kids movie.
Yeah.
There's a Sandlot 2. I feel like, again, if we could just update it for today's day, and that would get more, American Black kids into playing baseball, that'd be fire. That was one of my favorite movies growing up. And then my last one was Urban Legends, which is another horror movie. But I just feel like it's always so many conspiracy theory, urban legends that, to get added to the list, that niggas could do those like Saw. Like niggas should have the urban legends coming out. You feel me? So that was my list.
Jerv, you got a list?
Yeah, I did 5. I have Blade. I feel like we should.
They're trying to get it done.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal right now.
If we're going to ask for what we can make happen, I'm going to make that shit happen. Blade, Rush Hour. I feel like they can fuck with that a little bit.
I think there's a new Rush Hour coming out. Rush Hour 4.
All right, well then take that off and then add Harlem Nights. Fucking Lethal Weapon.
They're about to do. They're doing the Lethal Weapon 5. I think Mel Gibson is directing. I just saw that come out like last week.
And then these 2 series were like just personal favorites back then. I don't know if niggas fucked with them or not. Revenge of the Nerds was my shit. I would love for them to figure out a way to fucking bring Revenge of the Nerds back, and Police Academy. Those were 2 comedy series that I fucked with heavy.
Police Academy was the shit.
Yeah.
They go on Hightower and fucking.
Man, that was the shit, bro. For real.
What's Steve Gutenberg's character? Not Manetti. Manetti was the.
No, Manetti is fucking. Now all I'm thinking is Minotti. No, Minotti. That's fucking.
That's The Wire.
Then it is Mahoney.
Kenny Anderson.
Kenny Anderson, Special K.
But no, that was my shit for real. That was my shit.
Yo, it's got to be 1, 2, 3. After 4, them niggas.
No, you're crazy. Police Academy 5 in Miami was Police Academy 5 in Miami was thorough, dog. They had the corrupt police officer down there. No, you're tripping.
Girl from Sex and the City was in that shit. She was young. She was fine in that shit.
Kim Cattrall.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, unlike y'all, I picked some movies that were like, I thought were okay, but could have been better. And I thought either a sequel or a reboot would really go well. Number 1 on my list, Hancock.
Oh yeah. We need a Hancock.
The first half of that movie was fire. Like this thing is like the drunk alcoholic superhero that cusses in front of kids and shit. And then they try to make it into something deeper. And I was like, why did they do that? Like, I would love to see them redo that shit or just do it again. Have that nigga just be an asshole the whole time. In the words of Larry David, nobody learns anything by the end. Like that was it said Seinfeld. That was the number 1 rule. Was like they can't have grown from this experience at all. They have to be just the same type of shitty human beings by the end. Another one of those, District 9. I wanted a sequel to that shit. Remember that shit with the fucking aliens in
with
South
the robots?
Africa?
Yeah.
The Mask. I know there was Son of the Mask that had like Jamie Kennedy or some motherfucker.
That's a good one. No,
I need The Mask with Jim Carrey again. Or someone who can do the Jim Carrey shit. Starship Troopers, another one that had a bunch of shitty straight to DVD sequels.
But I was an extra in that movie.
And Starship Troopers, for real?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Where? Like on fucking Mars?
I don't know. I gotta rewatch it. I don't even. I just remember I was there on
All
set.
right. Here's another one that also had a bunch of shitty sequels. Time Cop. Time Cop, that shit was fucking fun. The idea of the motherfucker going back in time to change shit, man. Like, because I thought Time Cop should have been more like the story to Time Cop was like the major story was there's a dude that went back in time to change shit so he would be a billionaire in the future and then could run for president. Which, ironically, the way I look at you, like, this nigga is fucking Donald Trump. Does he have fucking time travel?
Is he a Time Cop?
But the whole reason they had the time police was because niggas was going back in time to like the Civil War to steal gold and shit, or like going back in time to plant bombs and shit. And I was like, yo, this should have been a whole movie of just these little or smaller, not little, but smaller crimes. And then the trilogy should have led up to there's a nigga running for president that, you know, is doing that. That's, I think Time Cop might be the best one out of the list here. And then finally, I know they talked about doing a sequel for years and years and years. I don't even know how it worked. Demolition Man. I fucking love Demolition Man. They should have been had like a Demolition Man sequel or a prequel. We see how Simon Phoenix was for real and shit, how he came to be.
That's Wesley and Sylvester Stallone, right?
Wesley and Sylvester Stallone.
The Golden Lords.
And that's the reason why, by the way, Dennis Rodman dyed his hair. He said he went, it was a nigga went to after practice, he went to the movies, he saw Demolition Man. He went right to the hair salon like after the movie, and then the next day showed up to practice with his hair blonde. It's because fucking Wesley Snipes, man.
Allen Houston.
Yeah, legend. By the way, they got a new Karate Kid that's in the works. I don't know if y'all know this.
Oh, no,
and it's a Karate Kid that brings all of them together. Fucking Jackie Chan, Ralph Macchio, fucking Will Smith's son, whatever his name is.
Jaden.
Just bring back the fucking. Can I get a new season of what's it called on
Cobra
Netflix?
Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai ran its list, man. Them niggas turned into real. That shit turned real corny, man. It was, you know, it's just super corny. Like the first season of Cobra Kai, I fuck with heavy, man. But after that, them niggas just turned into like a little.
When my man got paralyzed, but then came back to walk and then was fighting like it was nothing. Like, yeah, that shit's crazy.
Well, the first season he wins, right? He wins at the end, and that was like the big upset because Cobra Kai wins and fucking Miyagi Dojo loses, and all the shit fucking falls into flux or whatever. But was he wasn't paralyzed that year? He was paralyzed the next year, right?
I think it was the next year when he got
the next year. They threw him off at the school. They because the season starts with them brawling at the school because they mad that they got their ass beat. And he falls off and he gets paralyzed, and then he walks and fucking fights by the end. That shit was kind of fun. Maybe the first 2 seasons. But then once Terry Silver and these niggas start showing up, I was like, all right, man, we done.
Yeah.
My man's a billionaire. Yo, my man's a billionaire with a house in Malibu. He's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fuck with these teenagers over here.
Get a fucking life. Like, grow the fuck up.
Shit. Trey, you ain't got no list, huh? Trey's like,
Nah,
I only watch art films.
Nah, I've been on the doc shit heavy for sure.
There you go.
Hey, that Stax doc. Did we talk about that? The Stax Records doc. That's on. Chase, you should watch that.
I have.
Chase. Oh, you watched it. You watched it.
Another episode because
that's what
the days. But
I've been watching that,
and I've been watching the shit with Jake Gyllenhaal, Presumed Innocent. That shit.
I gotta check that out.
So fire.
I'm all caught up on Dark Matter. I fuck with Dark Matter.
That shit fire too. I'm watching both of those, but Presumed Innocent, that shit is hard, boy. That shit fire. That shit so good.
Y'all watching The Boys?
I ain't never getting.
I heard that was good, but I need to watch it.
Good.
It's too silly. It's too silly for me.
It's a silly ass show. It's silly, but it's not like it's a lot of commentary, social commentary. But it's basically about what happens if superheroes were real, but not like real, like Superman, Batman, but like if you was a nigga like Superman, you wouldn't be like truth, justice, in the American way. You'd be like, where the hoes at, right?
It's like Hancock, but like on some taking itself kind of more serious.
Yeah, like they be doing some like social commentary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They be taking it more serious.
For sure. But I still fuck with it. It's funny. New season's out. But yo, documentary. Did y'all see the Gene Wilder documentary on?
I fell asleep to that last night. I gotta rewatch it. I started watching it.
This shit made me cry, bro. Man, I was like, damn, man. You ever see some shit?
I'm about to go watch it after this.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that shit was real.
What's it on?
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
You see a guy, you say, yo, he looks like a real cool dude, but you're like, you don't know these motherfuckers, man. Maybe he's an asshole, whatever. And you find out, man, this dude was even better, like behind the scenes than he was like in real life. Even though he always played like the kind of the soft, sympathetic character, like this dude truly like a great dude. And especially when they talk about him and Richard, like when you get to it's later in the documentary when they talk about their relationship and shit, and like how he's like, I knew Richard was going through shit, but like we just never talked about it and stuff. It's really worth your time if you fuck with Gene Wilder shit like Blazing Saddles and Stir Crazy and See No Evil, Hear No Evil and Willy Wonka.
My nigga Willy Wonka, bro. Like that's one of the hardest roles ever in film, bro.
The scene where Willy Wonka walks out with the cane and then he does a somersault and stands up. Gene Wilder wrote that because he said, yo, we have to put it in the audience minds. This motherfucker's mad unpredictable. Like you don't know what to, so from then on, you don't know if he's telling the truth or not. Anything he says, you're always like, wait, is he lying or is he telling the truth? So that was just like one example of like a lot of genius lines from that fucking movie or from that documentary. But I digress. My connection is crapping out, or my fucking camera's crapping out. So let me go ahead and wrap this.
Nintendo.
Yeah, I gotta blow on the cartridge. Pause. All right, that's gonna do it for us. Black Opinions Matter, motherfucker. Again, shout out to ChaseNCashe, shout out to J Skills, Big Jerv, Black Trey, Juju Gotti. Remember, July 20th at the Racket, New York City. We've got our live show. Make sure you copping tickets to that, and 25% off for all Patreons as always. Until next time, stay black, motherfuckers.